Now we're good to go on both ends? All right. Hello, hello, hello for another episode of the Mental Threads Podcast. I have the ZayTheGoat. I don't know if you want to say something.
Yeah, it's ZayTheGoat. You don't know now, you know.
Yeah, ZayTheGoat is an artist from Charlotte, North Carolina. You are originally from Charlotte, right?
Yeah,
you just
born
got
and
to check
raised.
now. Just got to check because everybody be like kind of moving in and everything. Yep. Charlotte, North Carolina. He's the president of Social Currency Entertainment and everything. And how long you been running Social Currency, man?
Social Currency Enterprise has been probably like, I want to say good 3-4 years.
That's dope. That's really, really dope. And everything, like, just to run your own, like, whole, like, what would it be, like, a recording, like, deal or everything? Like, record deal, in a sense?
Well, it's really pretty much like I'm signed to myself. I don't really got no, like, big label behind me. So it's just doing everything on my own. And, you know what I'm saying? Also just, I recruited the artists, too. So like, I definitely had a big play in making sure, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other artists get exposure too. Like that's really the only thing. Everything else though, like that be everybody else. Like shout out to my pops. He the founder. You know what I'm saying? He set a role for me and I just played it.
Yeah, and artists like Tiani's Rhodes and Little John 4K and everything.
Yeah, unfortunately Tiani's not with us no more. You feel me?
Oh, dang. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Still shout out to her though. She still be doing her thing.
Yeah, sure, she's dope. She's a dope artist. But I feel like that's really dope that you're actually doing your own thing and everything, and at such a scale that you're doing it. Yeah. Especially in the city right now. Yeah, kind of lack infrastructure. I'm starting to notice that's like, well, not starting to notice. It's kind of been a recurrent theme and everything for Charlotte and everything. What do you think is holding us back?
Inconsistency and working together. Like I think if we was to work together more and collab, if it wasn't so much problems in the city with different artists, I feel like we'd be at a whole different level where we really supposed to be at. Like,
yeah, no, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. And like for songs like It Is What It Is, Stupid Bitch, and Repercussions, like those are my favorite songs. I was kind of playing it back to back on the way here and everything. What was your mindset at when you were creating songs like It Is What It Is?
I wrote that when I was young. Like I probably want to say like 19. I ain't recorded till I was about 21 type. You feel me? But it was one of the songs that like the music I be making, it still stick with you regardless of how long it's been. So when it's like that, that's kind of like, yeah. But the inspiration behind the song, it was just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I was just like, it is what it is. Like, I don't really be tripping. That's kind of like what I be saying. Like, it is what it is.
So you're kind of pouring like yourself and your current struggles at that moment into the song, basically.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, going into like your background, like you said, you were kind of born and raised in Charlotte. It's like, what side of Charlotte you was?
West side, exit 34.
Hey, you gotta fuck with it. I'm from East Side, but I got family on the West rug. I fuck with the West heavy.
And I got some boys from the East for sure. I love East Side. They get money.
Yeah, East Side's dope. East Side clean, everything like that. And like, what was your experiences growing up on the West? So, what were some things that you loved? What were some things that you kind of how you feeling about?
Everything happened on the West. I used to ride my bike to my baby mama's house on the West. I used to get money, a lot of money on the West. You feel me? Especially on Tuckasegee. I used to play basketball. I done met a lot of artists, like just growing up with them. You know what I'm saying? Or being around them at certain times. We went to the same schools. We used to cross over, go to their neighborhoods and hoop too. So like, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, I say the West Side is definitely one of the best sides on earth. I just in Charlotte.
I fuck with West Side Charlotte. One thing I fuck with West Side is just like I feel like it has a more family oriented like side to it in a sense. Cause like my homies from West, like we've been cool for like a very long time. Like your homies from the East, like you might be kind of on, they be chilling one day and then maybe not chill with them another day. But West is usually like the most consistent.
I feel like West Side, it's like yin and yang. Like you got people that's all the way loyal and 100, and then you got, you know, the other side,
the shicey side. Yeah, but that's like I feel like that's a lot of places though too and everything. But I feel like what are some things that make the West Side like separates the West from like the other sides of Charlotte and just the rest of the world and everything?
For me personally, I say it was kind of like part of my whole, like, just because it was so part of my upbringing so much that it was like, to me, that's what I'm in love with. Like, just the other day, I just went back to Bradford. Everything looks so different, but shout out to Sam. They still got him at the mark. You feel me? And it used to be this shoe place we used to go. You can get all the shoes before they come out, and they charge you a little bit extra. They got Chicken King right there. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I done made some money over there for sure. I love that. I love Bradford, Tuckasegee, Freedom Drive. I used to record on the Boulevard. Yeah, nah.
I used to work at the Walmart at Wilkinson.
For real?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, nah, Walmart, and they got everything over there too. You feel me? That's another spot. Like, and that's what I learned too about the West Side. Like, it seemed like everywhere you go on the West Side, it's like they got certain little hubs. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like it's a whole bunch of stuff, not just one. You know, like it be some stores. It be like just like on other sides, it be like you got stores. And then you got to keep driving down the street. You got stores, but like West Side is more like one-stop shop. Like you gonna run into a lot of people over there.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, you said they used to play basketball or used to play basketball at West Charlotte High or something like that.
Nah, I ain't never played West Charlotte High. I went to Myers Park.
Oh, Myers Park. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I went to Myers Park, but I ain't play basketball there either. Nah, I went. I'm just good at it. Like I never really took it like it was never like. When I was young, I wanted to be a hooper, but as I got older, like I realized, like with my music, I was way more colder. With basketball, I felt like it was people taller than me, faster than me, stronger than me, like, you know what I'm saying? But with music, I feel like I was just the coldest with the words.
Oh, word. And what was your favorite like basketball players growing up?
Definitely LeBron James growing up. Now, you feel me? It's Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis is dope.
I like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, he's dope too, bro.
And Shea.
Oh,
yeah. Alexander.
What team you play for? I know I saw a video.
OKC.
OKC, yeah. They say he might be the next Kobe, bro.
He might get like 40 a night. That boy get like 40 a night.
Did he make it to the All-Star team?
He should. I think so. He better. I ain't gonna lie, because he definitely one of the ones. He probably got putting up the best stats in the league right now.
Oh, yeah. I saw like a video on him saying that he was like kind of like Kobe in a sense, like where it's just like, his play style is very similar to Kobe.
Yeah. And nah, he really he quiet too. He like, to me, if you ask me, he like I don't even know who to compare him to. He his own superstar, but he play cold though.
Cold. But 48 points a night, that's crazy though, and everything. They kind of snubbed LaMelo Ball too, but it's just like at the same time, like Hornets haven't been pulling a whole lot of wins though.
Yeah, but nah, that be part because they need to put LaMelo Ball. And if y'all watching this, make sure y'all keep him healthy, keep him playing, keep him right, because not only is he one of the ones that's really gonna be one of them ones. You feel me? We really don't need to let him go, and he put people in them seats. Like if I go to Charlotte games, I be wanting to see LaMelo. You feel me? Him and Miles Bridges for sure.
Yeah, no. Plus, it's like the Hornets are a very youthful team. That's what I really like about it. It's just like you can really build on them for like a while. Like even if they are kind of like not perfect right now, they can like shape that out over time type shit.
Yeah, nah, we just missing a few things. I feel like we get us a big man and just start building some chemistry. We'll really be a problem because we got players. You know what I'm saying? We got talent for sure.
Yeah, I feel like LaMelo need to put on a little bit more like muscle type. I feel like that would kind of help him too because he gets hurt a lot, you know.
Yeah, but he don't need to because I seen something the other day like when he ain't get to the All-Star, he ain't get selected in the All-Stars, but he averaged more points than every other point guard on the East. Points, assists, rebounds, everything. Like,
that's some real shit though, for real. And that's what kind of like irritated me. Like, bro, you can't even put him on the All-Star team though. That's
it be rigged. I ain't gonna lie, NBA be rigged.
Yeah, man, and it's just hard to watch it now because I feel like every team plays the same now. Like it's just everybody trying to get a 3-pointer and everything. Like
everybody think they Curry, but see, even Curry can't do it no more how he used to because everybody onto it. So it'd be like.
One thing I miss about the NBA is like how like each team had their own type of play style and everything. So you kind of like saw those styles kind of mash into see what, that was some shit. But it's not like now everybody kind of play the same. It kind of draws like.
That's why I like the Bucks. Because they still play big even though they got people like Dame Lillard who can hit threes from the logo. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still gonna do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He one of the only players who could do what Curry can do as far as like them 3-pointers. But like that's what I'm saying. When it come down to it, like the game, it definitely changed. There's a few teams that play the same way, but other teams is like not Stephen Curry, bro.
You know what team I miss? I miss when Kawhi Leonard was on like the Raptors in 2019, bro. Because it's just like after Kawhi, bro, everybody was like the second best player on that team.
I used to hate on Kawhi so bad. It was just like I just ain't like the way he played. Like the only thing I liked was his defense. I ain't like the way he played. It's just so boring. You feel me? Like I feel like even when he was on the Spurs, like it was just boring to watch him. Like I ain't want to watch him. But he put up buckets though. He be balling. Shout out to him though. You feel me?
Ain't gonna hate on it. Yeah, I actually met him in person, like, cause I work at Onyx and everything, work security.
Nah, he seemed like he got a good personality. I heard that nigga laugh before. That shit crazy.
Him and Paul George after when the Clippers beat us, like that one time they pulled up the Onyx and everything, had the whole side of it shut down and everything.
Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah, they made
ball players definitely gonna do that.
It made me work an extra hour and everything. I wanted to go home. Shit, I wanted to go to sleep, bro. Man, I swear, but this is crazy, man. But back on to like your journey to NCCU and everything. What drew you to North Carolina Central University?
I didn't even want to go to school. I ain't gonna lie. I was one of them people. I had graduated from Myers Park in 3 years, so I was like, I'm finna go straight to the studio, focus on music. You feel me? My mama was like, nah, you going to college, and we got into it so bad about it because I ain't want to go to college, but. When she went, we toured like 3 schools. We did like A&T, Winston, and then we did Central. We went to Central. Winston had too many girls. I could tell I wasn't gonna focus. Like I was gonna mess around, leave there, and just.
But most HBCUs have mostly women anyway. Like I think Central had like 80% women.
Yeah, and it done got worse. But when I went, it was like okay, Winston had the most girls. A&T was like, it was too popular, too
much shit going on.
Yeah, it was like that's where everybody want to go. And Central, it was like okay, it's chill, but it still give you a little bit of everything else that everybody, you know what I'm saying? So you could focus and you could have fun how you want to. So.
Yeah, that's what I fuck with Central with as much. Because it's like, even if you wanted to be out the way, you could be out the way. If you want to be in the parties, you could be in the parties and shit.
Yeah, no, I done met a lot of people at Central, too. My life got changed at Central. And then when I made that song for the school, I ain't gonna lie, I remember performing it one time in the, where was it? The Student Union. I remember performing in the Student Union, and they were singing the words to it. And when they started singing the words to it, when I walked back to my little dorm, I had tears of joy. I was like, yo, y'all finna blow.
Yeah, man, that was the anthem, man. We still play it to this day and everything. When was the last time you were at Central? You were out there for homecoming last year?
I was out there for homecoming last year for sure. That was probably the craziest I ever seen in my life. We did better than G-Ho the way it was too many people, and I think that was the thing too, where like I ain't never seen that many people. Like it was people I couldn't the whole night. I ain't never see the same people again. Like
word, man, dude. I hate that I missed a homecoming because I graduated 2021 and shit. And I ain't been to a homecoming since because it was like there was always some shit going on or something I had to get situated.
Yeah, but nah, when you get a chance, make sure you go back because I am not gonna lie to you. We definitely better than G-Ho now. We the new G-Ho.
We went viral on BET, I think, twice. Yeah.
I'm talking about crazy. 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 I said, oh, my God.
All right. I'm going to lock down my hotel months in advance just to make sure. Sure. They don't even tell you the dates till like 2 months beforehand. So I'm like, damn. Man. Shit. But going back on to your background, what really led you to really wanting to be an artist? Say really it was just you just thought you were colder at it and just kind of went that route, or was there an artist that you kind of emulated yourself by or anything like that?
Not necessarily. I listen to everybody. Like I listen to the street music, I listen to the conscious music, I listen to the bars, even battle rap. Like I listen to everything. So it wasn't really a set thing that influenced me, but it was more so like I had got my heart broke. I got my heart broke one time and made a freestyle, and a girl had posted it on her page on Facebook, and it went viral. And when it went viral, I'm like, I'm finna just start dropping these every Friday on my page then. You feel me? And then I started doing it, ended up winning challenges, ended up getting into a lot of different spaces and opportunities. People seeing me, I ain't even know knew me. Like, you feel me? Shout out to Flage, because when she seen me, this is before she got the championship with LSU and everything. She like, bro, I remember your freestyles on the couch. You feel me? You be going in, bro. We gotta get one in. I'm like, damn, for real? That's crazy. Yeah, like, nah, I'm like, yeah, nah, that's hard. So like the fact I know like my work it be investments that come over time. You know what I'm saying? Like it really manifests itself.
Yeah, no, it's for real. And it's like, it seems like the more energy you put into it, the more it kind of drop back to you like triple fold and everything. Because like getting people from LSU and everything telling about it and everything.
Nah, that's
becoming
crazy.
the anthem for a whole HBCU and everything that they're still going to be using. Maybe still like 10 years from now, 20 years from now.
Yeah, even when I die, like, you know, I know, like, God forbid, but they still gonna play it. That's
just a banger, like, man. Played at the basketball games, football games, homecoming.
I'm big on building my legacy, not just coming in here just trying to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody could rap, or like anybody could just, you know what I'm saying, do certain things. But like when you actually got accolades that speak for themselves, you jump into a whole different lane.
Yeah, that's a strong foundation to build your brand on too, as well. It's just like, okay, he's making anthems for HBCUs. Okay, he can make a song about heartbreak and everything. Okay, he can make a song about just like whatever and everything like that, and it would just reach like, you know, beyond like even like your circles and everything locally and everything. So it's just like to just know like that's where you're beginning at, instead of just like kind of trying and making all like TikTok songs. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against that for people.
And
to
not
do
even
that.
just that, cause I could do that too. But it's also situations too where it's like my stage presence. Like you don't run into a lot of people who really even got the confidence to do things that I be doing, such as like jumping in the crowd, making people say stuff, pulling girls out the audience. Like people don't. It's not too many that's comfortable enough to even do a lot of those things. So I learned a lot too from already artists who already established. I just took the game and ran with it.
Oh yeah, no, and you're making great strides, no, for real, and everything, because it's just like, you know, in a city that pretty much lacks infrastructure and everything, for you to even go like with social currency, even start your own thing with that and everything, even like to even work with artists like the Baby, Tusi, Stun of Vegas, you know, that's a pretty good resume and everything, especially for someone that's like still a new artist technically. That's pretty dope and everything.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to all them too. Like shout out to all them. Stunner for the cause I won his freestyle challenge too. That's how that song came about.
Really?
Yeah, baby. He gave me my whole college wardrobe. I ain't even gonna lie. I was one of the freshest in the school. Like, and Tusi, he was the first one to put me on tour. So he kind of changed my whole life and helped me gain a whole different understanding of what it take to even be the monster that I gotta be. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. I want to go deeper into that and everything, but just going back into your background and everything, how do you find a balance between, you know, being an artist and everything, and even like home life, like being a father too? Because I know it's just like, you know, you have been a father since you was 18. So how old is your kid?
My son 5, my daughter 3.
Oh, really? Oh, man, 2 kids, man. How old are you?
25.
25? That's dope.
Yeah. So
still handling your responsibilities even as a youngin', man. That's a high mark, you know. Lots of people tend to like find issues with like find a balance with that and even like their own lives. So even be an artist and still do it. That's
only
crazy.
Thing that was hard for me was like be an artist, stay in school and raise a kid. That was the only thing that I was like, that's what really got me out of school, when I really had to like be a father, pay bills at the same time, and like rap. It was getting overwhelming, and then I started finding myself lacking in the stuff that I was falling in love with the most. So I'm like, I gotta at least eliminate one. And it was hard because I love school. Like I ain't gonna say I ain't always do the work, but the experience, you know what I'm saying, was definitely different.
Especially at a HBCU, man. The PWIs don't know shit about no fried chicken Wednesday or nothing. Yeah,
nah, they don't know nothing about that. You get fresh just to go to the cab. Might not even eat the chicken. You just see everybody there.
Yeah, bro. I'll be wondering why most people don't even go to college though, because it's just like it's 80% females there. One. And even though you got to go to classes and shit and everything, like on the weekends you go through all the classes, and then it's like you go to parties on the weekends type shit. you hang out with your friends all the time and everything. You know,
I think it's the narrative because people be feeling like you can't make no money in college, but you really can too. Like
because people be cutting hair in college, the dorm rooms and shit. People be the plug on college. You know, everything's there and everything.
There's a lot of things you could do on college campus for real, and take advantage of like resources too, because that's what colleges give you too, like resources and opportunities. Like that, they gave me my first opportunity to open up for big artists like T Grizzly, her, Boosie. It was a few. I think it was like one more on the list too that was doing their thing. So.
No, for real, man. Like, especially HBCUs got those resources as well because, like, you know, there's a lot of, like, famous people that invest in the HBCUs. Like, you know, like, mostly their alumni, like, for Howard University, you think Taraji P. Henson and, like, Denzel Washington, you know, they got the more extensive list, though. Yeah. Central's, like, alumni list. The only person I know is, like, Kim Coles from, like, Living Single, and that's it. And that's about it off the top of my head, but it's still pretty dope.
Shout out Ninth Wonder, too.
Oh, yeah, Ninth Wonder. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we got one of the biggest producers in the game that go there. I wanted to tap in with him when I got there, too, but I got caught up in the wrong things. So I didn't get a chance to. But hopefully we still can in the future, for sure.
It is what it is and everything, but, like, and experiences of being, like, a father and everything, like, what are some, like, highlights and some, like, you know, some downs and everything?
I say a highlight is when I was on tour and I brought my son with me. And he was my hype man. He knew the words word for word. He turned the crowd up for me in Atlanta. That was probably one of my favorite ones. I say low light is like baby mama drama. Like I done went through some stuff with both of my baby mamas, so it'd be like,
dang,
I be scarred. I don't want no more kids. At least not until I get to where I'm trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids don't even really be the distraction. They be the motivation. It really be what be behind that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry about that for sure and everything. I know it can be kind of hard, man. Especially like growing up and you're like young type shit. You still have life to live and everything. So it's just like people don't like regulate their emotions the way they should.
I had my kids when I was a little boy. So it's like as I'm growing into that man, you feel me? It's hard for certain people to understand that like I'm evolving. I'm not the same person that I used to be. Yeah, I think that plays a toll with all that. Like, so yeah. And
you still got a whole lot of life to grow too, and everything. So it's like you're growing up with your kids in a sense.
Yeah.
The good note about it is like when you're in your 40s, y'all can like go to the club type shit. It'll be all good.
That's how me and my dad is. We go to the club together. Went on 2 mans and everything. You feel me? So.
Yeah, that'd be a blessing. That'd be a blessing. So I'm glad that you take like a positive outlook to it, you know, like for them being like your motivation and everything. And on top of that, still like running like your own like, you know, label too and everything. You know, like that's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And it seems like you're managing them all pretty well. So, you know, I commend you for that and everything.
But see, that's the thing too with me. Like I don't really gotta do too much for social media. Like them artists, they
handle themselves.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, like I done been there and I done helped them with certain things, but like when it come down to that work, like they put that in. So like they earn and they deserve all the credit that they, you know what I'm saying, supposed to get for sure.
For sure. And with your experiences with NCCU, so it's just like, you know, was it like your second year and everything? You just thought like you just couldn't do it and you just had to settle with that associate's degree?
It was my third year. Third year, I had got a apartment with my baby mama, and it was like I could pay the bills, but I pay the bills, I ain't gonna be able to study for this class. You feel me? I study for this class, you feel me? Then I still gotta make sure I'm doing stuff for my son and making sure he good, and at the same time too, like just keep going without being mentally broken. So like I think it got to the point to where it was just overwhelming for me, and I just made sure I could do it. I still want to go back though. Like
yeah, always circle back, man.
I want to go back, but
got like 1 year, maybe a couple credits and that shit, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Just go ahead and get these credits. Finish and get my bachelor's at least, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, getting your bachelor's is cool, man. I ain't gonna lie, 'cause I got my bachelor's and everything, but you know, your passions, like that shit's gonna really like, you know, feed generations type shit like that. And it's like you got this whole music thing. I feel like that's gonna serve you a little bit more better. But I feel like that bachelor's degree is gonna certify you to a certain degree and everything, because like, it showed you that you can be committed, basically. But it's like really like once your true like attributes show like in your music and everything and just like how you're running a business, you know, like your experience, that's gonna serve you a lot more.
Nah, you're right though.
You know, like, but hey, good to get it off your bucket list. But I'm telling you, like straight up and everything, bachelor's degree, and that's like going for everybody. Like, yeah, it's cool and everything, but networking, working with other people, building your resume, investing in yourself, that's gonna carry you a lot further.
Definitely right.
I just for anybody out there that's feeling kind of discouraged about the matter and everything. But it's like, yeah. So, like, you know, opening for the baby, Tusi, and working with Stunner for Vegas. You want to go give us a little more details about the experience with going on tour with Tusi, since I was the first artist you went on tour with.
That was probably the funnest tour, and it felt like it was never gonna end. And shout out to Tusi, because all the pretty girls love Tusi, so it was a lot of beautiful women there, and I ain't gonna lie, like. It taught me a lot too as an artist. Like, it was my first time having a 10-minute set, so I ain't never really know. Like, my first 2 shows, I did probably like 5-minute sets, because I wasn't like, even though I trained, I worked out, I did a whole bunch of stuff for that tour, but I still wasn't able to go to the first 2 shows. I wasn't able to go to full 10 minutes, and I couldn't figure out why. Then I started learning, okay, these big artists, they don't do the whole song when they go up there and perform. They only do a hook and a verse, and then they transition into another one. So then I started doing the hook and the verse. Then I started doing call to actions in between, and then that started working. And it gave me not only more time to work and rap, but it also gave me like leverage over other artists, because I know how to like appease a crowd. So I can get them engaged and keep them locked in with me the full 10 minutes, as opposed to they listening to the song, they like it for 5 minutes, and then they just zone out. Like, I got them with me like the whole time. Like, you got me. I'm gonna make the crowd say F12. Then I'm gonna pull a girl out the crowd. Then I'm gonna make everybody put their lights up. Then I'm gonna squirt them with water. You know what I'm saying? Like, then I'm gonna make them say, "Yee." You feel me? So like, it's just.
So it's like a whole experience, not just performing, just saying the song and everything, but you got to interact with the crowd and everything, keep the crowd interested and involved as well and everything. You actually pointed something out. I didn't even realize that till now. It's like, yeah, when you go to a concert or like whatever, you don't really hear the full song too often. It's like, it'll be like maybe like a hook, the verse, then the second hook maybe, and then they transition to the next song because they want to have to get through as many songs as possible.
And it help with your energy too. Like, you rap a full song for 2 minutes, you're gonna be gassed out.
Oh yeah, no, for real.
I learned that. You definitely gas out.
That's cool. That's actually great, because it's like that you're actually learning this, like, you know, even like, you know, going on tours and everything. So it's just like, you know, beyond like learning that, like from experience, what are some other experiences? Like, you know, you had to get on like the tour bus, you had to share a tour bus with Tusi, or like how they accommodate you, like you had to be in a hotel type shit.
I had to get my everything. I had to get on my own. You feel me? It was a situation where it was like, you feel me? Tusi had seen me do a freestyle with one of his homeboys, well, one of his an artist from his hometown. Shout out Bad News. Oh. And we when we did it, he posted it on his page, and then I ended up playing basketball with him like the next week. Oh. And he was just like, whatever shows they want to hop on, you feel me, he can. Oh. So I'm like, I hop on all of them. Like, go ahead, you just got to, you know what I'm saying, find your way, but I got you. You good.
Oh, okay. So
that was a dope opportunity, you feel me, baby. I tagged along halfway through, and it was like, he showed me too, like, I still got more work to do as far as a performer. Oh, like, okay. Cause he really performed. He really like get the crowd engaged. You know what I'm saying? So I learned I still got more to do, but it also helped me take things to another level as well. You know, so
it's kind of like their energy brushing off on you to a certain extent, and their wisdom pretty much brushing off on you and everything. So like, what were like their personalities like? You know, meeting them in person, like compared to like what you thought they were. Like, was there like a difference? Was like, okay, he's exactly what I thought he would be like, or it's just like, you know, just chilling type shit.
I don't really be like thinking people be like anything. So it'd be like whatever you show me, that's what it is. So like, you feel me, baby? He showed me he real. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna stand on business about a whole bunch of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Tusi showed me like it's a whole different way to do things. Like you could do everything your way. You ain't gotta listen to what nobody say. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Okay, that's dope. That's some dope experience and everything. Is there any other artists you think about working with in the future?
I ain't really big on working with artists in the future, but I do. I'm a fan of No Cap. No Cap. I'm a big fan of No Cap. So I definitely want to work with No Cap. I mean, it's a bunch of artists that I could want to work with, but I say as far as rappers, No Cap, singers, that's what I really want to work with. I want to work with a lot of singers, especially females.
I can feel that. All right, so like, and building infrastructure in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is like something that I feel like we've been kind of losing, kind of missing out of in a sense. We are Southern Metropolitan, just like Atlanta and everything. We're actually bigger than Atlanta in terms of like population wise, but in terms of just like, you know, relevancy to the whole like, you know, world of hip hop or, you know, movies, acting, or just pop culture in general. It seems like we're just kind of on the sidelines in a sense, you know? Like, you know, after the baby and everything, you know, it seems like, I don't want to say like it's just empty and everything, because we still have artists like you and everything, Little John 4K, y'all still doing y'all thing as well. But I feel like, you know, in terms of just like, you know, the infrastructure to just kind of like, you know, kind of build like similar waves and everything and just kind of carry on like a whole like movement in a sense, like what do you think's holding us back? Yeah. I know you've touched upon it, like we just don't work with each other and everything, but is there anything like else in a sense I feel like we need to work on?
I feel like development, especially with artists, like just artist development. Like even myself, I struggle with it, like being able to wear multiple different hats, being able to diversify yourself, being able to put yourself as a brand and market yourself as that. Like it's certain things that artists from here don't really do, you know. And the ones that do it the most is, you feel me, I say the ones that I'm with, you know. But I still think even with us, we still got more to do with that. Like we still got more development, more branding to do, and other things too. Like I feel like everybody just rap or just sing or just, you know what I'm saying? Like we need to be able to do more, not only for our brands, but like for the community, for each other, and give each other opportunities to take things to the next level. So when all these other artists come in, it's like we ain't just D-Ride, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, Charlotte's a dick rider city. That's one thing I'm starting to notice, because we'll pull up for any other artists that point us up, but when it comes to our own artists, man, it just be like, yeah, I don't feel like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it feels like a lack of effort to try to support like what's already here.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And everything. I feel like that's something as a city we need to work on. But also, like, as you say, like, well, like to diversify, like, as a culture as well. I totally agree with that. You know, not everybody has to rap and everything. Like, I feel like it would be nice if like there was some people getting more into acting type shit, you know, or like, you know, like I'm doing this podcast and there's other people that do podcasts as well, and we're trying to see if we can build like a network in a sense.
Yeah, I got a podcast too. It's called Daddy Duties. You feel me?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we empower fathers in the community through support programs and resources, and we give them opportunity to express themselves and just speak on their situation as fathers. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's actually really dope. But you see, that's different. That's good and everything, because it's just like, I feel like even like with black males too, like it's like I feel like we're just kind of like, I don't want to say slept on, but in a sense like we're just kind of like, you know, kind of pushed to the side in a sense that it's just like, you know, like in terms of like the home and everything like that. It's like kind of like to give people like a voice where they can be able to just kind of explain like what they had to deal with and everything. You know, I feel like a lot of people would be drawn to that as well. So, like, how far are you in with that whole podcast situation? You got a couple episodes in?
Yeah, I got a couple episodes. I probably got like 5. I think my last one was with Tusi.
Oh.
I did one with Hot Boy Shaq, Maximus owner Ira. Um, it's 20. I got 20 on my beat. I did some with some good episodes too. And then I did one with my dad and his dad.
Oh,
So,
no. Okay.
You know
Generational. All right. I see.
Definitely generational.
Yeah, I had my grandfather on the podcast too and everything. He passed sadly. It's 2025, so that's like about like damn near 3 years ago, and everything. Oh yeah, no, it's all right and everything, but it's like it's dope that I actually had him on because it's like on that same episode he said like where he would like to be buried. Cause my family from like West Africa and shit like that, so it's just like like, a lot of his family back home wanted him to like move the body back home and everything. But on that podcast he said like, nah, man, I just want to be buried here in the States because like most of my family here anyway, so it's like I don't want to go back.
I feel you. And when I lost my grandma, I lost her last year, but she was like my biggest fan. But like I came to peace with a lot of it because I spent a lot of time with her before she passed, and then it was also situations where like I took her on tour with me. Like when I went with Tusi, I brought her out on stage, rap tour and everything, and made the crowd go crazy. So it was certain things that like she got to witness and see for herself. Like her grandson really a superstar, so gotta make sure I lay that out for her.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with my grandfather before he passed too and everything, and I was just happy he got to see me like graduate and everything. I feel like that was like one of my last gifts to him on top of like getting on the podcast. Now I think I'm out of all 13 of his grandchildren, I'm like the only one he's seen like graduate. So it's just like
That's hard.
Yeah. So it's just like. So like I'm always like gonna keep that in mind and everything in terms of like my accomplishments. Is like my grandfather from West Africa, war-torn West Africa, was able to see me graduate and everything. So like that's a wonderful thing and everything like that. So it's like you've been on your own tour, correct?
College tour. I've been on my own college tour. Yeah, I went different schools and just put people on my music. And that was something to where like it was dope for me. I went to all the HBCUs, you feel me, in the Carolinas, and then I also went like Virginia Union, Virginia State.
You went to Georgia, like what was in Georgia?
I ain't make it to Georgia.
You ain't make it to Georgia?
I ain't make it to Georgia. I had a date there though, but I ain't get to make it to that one, and I ain't get to make it to FAMU. Damn. And I know FAMU is like,
bro. FAMU is a party school. You would have been lit if you went to FAMU.
Man, I had some girls that went to FAMU.
Shit.
A cat from tour. I remember that. That's how I know they bad.
Yeah, FAMU is infamous, man. But you should definitely consider going down to like Georgia for sure, because it's like that's like the black Mecca in Atlanta, because they got like 4 HBCUs in Atlanta as well. So it's like just on top of that,
I love Atlanta, period. Like Atlanta food, Atlanta culture, Atlanta development. I think that's the difference between Charlotte and Atlanta. Like they really, they work together. Like the black people there is more like how the Migos is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the Migos they always work together. So you know what I'm saying? It's like that's why Atlanta is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? We work like that. We start bridging these gaps. Charlotte will be Atlanta on steroids for real.
Yeah. And it's layered too. Like it's just like you can have like a Gucci Man and a Jeezy, and then you have a Childish Gambino and everything. And you'll have Amigos, and you'll have JID and shit like that. You have Conscious, Battle Rap. You have all that, like in Atlanta. So it's just from different generations too. Where Charlotte,
and it's crazy because Charlotte, we got stuff like that. Like I don't want to forget no artists, so I'm gonna say a couple, but it's still even more than that. Like you got Anella. Like Anella is like a Post Malone. He like a Post Malone mixed with Eminem or something. I don't know. That boy hard.
I need to check him out.
And then you got like Fetty P, who like he like one of the best dope boy rappers that's in the game. Like no cap. And no, he don't sound like nobody. None of that. And you also got artists like me. You feel me? Or you got Lil Jon 4K that's you feel me can make you fall in love with their voice as soon as you hear it. Or you got Hot Boy Shaq who make these crazy party anthems that you you gonna say you gonna it's gonna end up your favorite song at one point in time. Like it's like we got, and it's plenty more. Even with the Meeches, the OPC, Young, like all D, all them. Like it's so many. I don't even want to. I keep going on all day, but like.
But you see what you're doing though. You're putting them on.
Yeah,
even on a platform like this, you don't know how big this platform is gonna grow and everything. I'm gonna keep working at it, but it's like the fact that you even keep them in mind is like something that we all need to adopt, like as Charlotteans and everything. Like, that's
the thing with me though. That's what made me be like I say stand out too. I ain't afraid to go tap in and be like, come on, bro, you hard, let's work. Like, a lot of people that it be pride or they got homeboys that's beefing with their homeboys. So it's like, man, fuck that shit. Let's get this money, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't make it like a big deal or nothing. You just show up and everything. It's just like I remember I asked an artist. He said like I had to pay her like $75 just to show up and everything. Which is like okay, but it's just a convert and everything. It's like I'm already paying for the hour and everything.
Nah, that's crazy. Only thing I ever asked for in the interview was chicken wings. So like, I ain't gonna lie, bring some chicken wings or some double stuffed Oreos with some milk. Good, but even then, I still ain't like it ain't required to sit down and have a conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just because they asked what I wanted. So I'm like, or if I wanted anything, I'm like, shit, I ain't gonna say no. So.
Yeah, plus it's like with this podcast and everything, I interview other Charlotte artists as well and everything. So it's just like, just for people to just constantly check out this medium and everything. And I use my platform to say, okay, this is this artist, and we check them out and everything. And then it's just like I also have a playlist on Spotify where I just add all the artists I've interviewed and everything to that playlist. So like sometimes I would just send like when I send my podcast out, like or when they scan like the barcode on my stickers and everything. You can see in my link tree, like there's literally like a playlist of all the artists I've ever interviewed and everything. So it's just like, like not only is like, okay, you're helping me out with building my platform up and trying to get eyes on my platform, but I'm also going to do my due diligence, even when you're not even on the show.
No,
like
for
that.
sure. That's
so
love.
it's just it's not about love. It's just principle. It's everything. A lot of people ain't got that principle. Yeah, we have to work and everything. And you want to see strides change, you got to be the change yourself.
No, for sure.
And some people don't want to change, People switch up, but they won't change for the better and everything. And it's just like I feel like a lot of people in Charlotte, they need to really get outside their head and outside their ego type shit. If we really want to see the city grow and everything, like, bro, like we lost CIAA, we lost like the epicenter and everything.
Okay.
We lost in the damn Super Bowl 10 years ago, and that shit still hurt. Like it's like we can't take any more L's. We gotta we gotta stop setting ourselves at a lower standard, if we want to, really make the strides that we got to make.
Yeah, you're right, though.
Definitely
right. We definitely gotta put things together, and really create an infrastructure to where it's strong enough to hold on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And not just be something that just come and go.
Yeah.
We done had a lot of great moments, or a lot of great situations, but they've been come and go-ish. They
fizzle out quick and everything because we're not willing to actually do the due diligence to actually maintain it.
Yeah, nah, facts though.
No, for real. So that's why it's like artists like you are very important because it's like, in a time we're in the mid 2020s right now. So it's like, who knows what we're going to be like by the end of the decade, by the end of 2040s and everything. So it's all about really building that foundation. And it's like that should be our main focus, as a community and everything. It's really just to build that foundation. Like I was at Audio Box and everything just to show up and just to network and kind of put out my podcast as well. But it's like I'm also there as long as I can to actually check out all the other artists as well, just to hype them up and everything. I saw Chocolate Drop and everything.
Shout out Chocolate Drop.
And I also saw like Magnet and other types of artists and everything. There was like this white boy who literally just made a song talking about fuck these ads, and that's all he was saying, was just screaming fuck these ads. But it's different, but it's at least you're putting yourself out there type shit and everything. So it's I just got to shout out to him and everything. I'm also gonna repost some of the videos from that night as well because I was kind of holding on to it for a minute.
Yeah, Audio Box, they used to do this thing. It was an event. I forgot who used to do it. But it was an event they used to have at Audio Box where it'll be a whole bunch of talented artists and they'll come up perform 2-3 songs. I even did it 2-3 times and I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of talent in there to where it was you would definitely want to tap in with almost every artist in there, you know. So like, shout out Audio Box. They've been doing that for a little minute. They've been a hub for Charlotte music. Like a lot of artists, that's one of the only places or one of the biggest studios they know is Audio Box. So
yeah, man.
Audio Box and Maximus, I say them probably. It's 3 studios that I feel like is like the 3 like most popular. I feel like Gat 3. That's where Lil Wayne and them be recording at when they come down to Charlotte. You got Maximus, that's like the Anthony Hamilton. He done worked with Taylor Swift. He done worked with the big dogs, you know what I'm saying? You got Audio Box where it's like that's the most popular one. That's what Baby and them used to promote. You see them, you can still see their logos in there. Like I used to take people money in basketball shooting shots. Like it's definitely like, you feel me? And there's so many studios now that it's like it might be a studio better than them that I ain't seen yet. You feel me? Like, cause there's so many studios in the city now that it's like, and that's another thing that grew with us too, where it's like it's enough. We got enough resources to where we could take advantage of these opportunities and maximize on them too, and build relationships with people that can not only benefit you, but also you can benefit them and make it a bridge, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, for real. And it's just even like a studio like this. It's just like you just discovered this studio as well.
No cap.
Just right then.
Shout out to the lab,
the
though,
lab,
no cap,
and everything.
Definitely
so
in the lab. It's hard too.
Yeah, man, and it's just like 3 studios here and a place to record your music videos too, so you can get a whole lot done in just one day if you like book some time here and everything. That's like hard. That.
That's hard.
So it's just like the more that you really like kind of step out your comfort zone and everything, and you start to like, you know, you start to discover all these studios, even in a city like Charlotte and everything. It really just kind of reflects like the potential that we have in the city and everything. Just look at the strides people are doing this to buy property to just run a studio and everything. Like, it's just like, so it really just comes right back to that whole narrative of like, how much should we invest in the city and how much should we like really invest in like, you know, stepping outside the city too. And I'm thinking it's more like 50-50 type in a sense. Like, always rep your city no matter where you go, but it's like still come back to actually invest. And I even spoke with an artist called Solus and everything. And he was really all stuck on it, like, oh, there's nobody wants to stay in the city and everything. We need to stay and like invest in the city. But it's like at the same time, like there's some people I know, like Crowd Freak and everything out in Detroit and everything. They got this situation called Crowd Freak, and it's like they got a distribution service where they can upload your music everywhere if you upload with them. But not only that, they can put you on playlists and fly you out like to actually perform for like little concerts and everything like that. Yeah. So it's like it's a good way to even learn and actually grow as an artist right there.
I think when it comes down to stuff like that, I think you'll realize like you'll get more support from strangers from a whole different place in a whole different city, state than you will from your own hometown. But it's also important because if you don't have your hometown behind you, then you ain't gonna have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be something that you're gonna go up, but you're not gonna be able to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, the way you want to do it. And then it's also, too, that's why I be like, bro, these niggas need to stop beefing out here, like, especially these talented artists who got a lot going for themselves, because it's like, bro, it's so much money, you gonna scare that shit away. Like,
and over petty shit, too. Like, the shit don't even be nothing, like, to even beef over and everything. Like,
some of it do, but even then, if you, like, man, it's like, bro, I'm pretty sure Lucci and Thug just came home. You feel me? I don't think they gonna be doing nothing to each other no time soon. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't cause they don't like each other. You know what I'm saying? It's cause they got opportunities to spend time with their kids and do what they need to do for themselves, their careers, their families. Like, it's you got more important stuff to worry about than, you know what I'm saying, trying to appease people opinions about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's just kind of tired, though, that people got to go to jail to kind of realize that. You know what I mean? It's just like, why you got to go to prison to realize that? Why you got to wait years of your life and everything?
Now, I'm going to keep it hot with you, too.
Yeah.
I just got out of jail. So that's something that, like, that I did. It took me having to go to jail to realize that, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't got to do certain things that I used to do no more, you know. And, and it's also a situation where it's like, what I can say is because jail humble you. Jail will help you realize, like, okay, you can go to the courts and the judge deny your bond, and you sitting there and you can't get out, and you gotta wait on to the right opportunity present itself to where you can get out, or you got to make sure your lawyer on top of it to the point to where he can beat it. You know what I'm saying? And then it put you in a situation where you gotta sit there and shit when niggas shower. You gotta
Damn.
go to bed on when they say go to, not even gonna go to bed, but you gotta lock down. You can't come out the room. Like, or they got situations where it's like if a CEO having a bad day and she come in there, but you might not even come out all day, and you gotta eat, you got some shit. Some rooms they got it where, bruh, it's niggas in there pissing and shitting in their rooms and they buckets and they all that. They ain't even coming out the room, like they on 24-hour lockdown. And then everybody be in there wondering why they so crazy and motherfuckers be going crazy. But then when you let their ass out, they be chill, and you don't never understand why. Everybody be like, bro, he not even crazy like that for real. Shit, you lock a motherfucker down for 24 hours straight for 30 to 90 days straight, and I promise you that motherfucker gonna act crazy in that wall. Like, it's just, and it taught me a lot too. It also taught me too, like, jail, a lot of niggas just be lying trying to be cool, bro. Like, jail stand for, to me, if you ask me, the acronym is just another inmate lying. Like, they be lying and they're like a lot of lies and trying to create these hood stories, and at the same time trying to like be too prideful. When it don't even be about that, it's just about getting out. So when it come down to me, like I could say I learned so much from that, and it just helped me understand that, like, I got too much potential to be in certain predicaments that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even play. Like, I gotta go full throttle and take advantage of these opportunities, resources, the situation that I'm in and everything. So, but it's also, I understand people too. Like, I understand the ones who in the streets and can't get out, and why they can't get out. Like, it's dudes in there who brothers done died, and they done had to go avenge the death, and I wouldn't knock it. You feel me? I understand that. Like, especially if it's your blood brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll drive you crazy. Especially if you feel like he died because of you and the people who, you know what I'm saying, look, it's just little stuff like, you know what I'm saying, that where it's like, I understand it, but at the same time too, like, even when you build that relationship with God, you're going to have to forgive certain things, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
So bottom line, don't go to jail.
Yeah, bottom line, nah, definitely don't go to jail. Jail ain't for nobody, you feel me, but
yeah.
Jail, people who come back from jail and they change their mindset, it be because they see, like, life too short to just sit there and be spending your time in nothing. You can't do nothing that you want to do for real. Like, it's too short for that.
Yeah, I mean, when Gucci Mane got out, bro, transformed and everything. So
see what I'm saying?
So it's crazy, and
his
woman actually maximized his money too. So that's dope. Dope for Gucci Mane. Shout out to Gucci.
A lot of anybody who come out of jail and they start changing and they start doing what they really supposed to do, God bless them.
Yeah, I mean, only thing with Gucci Mane though is like his whole like 1017 like entertainment and everything. Like, it seems like it's kind of cursed. So like all his artists.
No, it ain't that it's cursed. If you ask me, everybody always say that, bro. Yeah. But if you ask me, I think it's because he grew up in the streets. When he came home, he wanted to tap in and put people in opportunities to win that was already in the streets, just like him. You feel me? And just needed a little bit of guidance, and he gave people that. But when you give people that, you can only lead people to the water. You can't make them drink it, and you can't stop grown people from doing what they want to do. So it'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of them situations they put on themselves, it just took a toll on the brand because it kept happening. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep dealing with the same. But I think that's something he might have learned too. You keep dealing with all these street niggas all the time. You feel me? You ain't gonna make no money with them for real. Because eventually they gonna go to jail and you gonna have to come out of pocket for that or do this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I felt for old girl. Who was the old girl that passed away? The artist?
Enchanted.
Yeah, she passed by a drug overdose and shit.
Yeah,
man. Rest in peace to her, man. Yeah, she was dope, bro. She had a cool vibe to her and everything. And she was like different, man. Yeah, man, that sucks, man.
And the whole 1017, they he ain't had one artist I ain't gonna lie. It's just
it was dope. It's just unfortunate because it's like you did put a truth out there, like, but Gucci Mane hasn't been in trouble like since and everything, you know. So it's like for his artist to just constantly be in trouble and everything, and then people kind of look to him and stuff. It's like, yeah, you can only lead people so much, you know. At the same time, they got to make choices on their own. It's just like, you know,
and then you ain't changing. Like, even if you give them opportunities, you still not changing their environment. So it's like they might mess around and still be in the streets. When they go home, you feel me? They might do a tour, and then right after that tour, they coming right back to the streets that they grew up on. You feel me? Where it's everybody talking, everybody in your ear. You feel me? You're not even used to being in that predicament that you in, so you don't even know how to handle it for real. So you going about it your own way, like, and it's like that shit a whole lot. Like,
Yeah,
that shit get overwhelming, and it's more than I don't think people peep that either. Like, when you get exposed to a certain amount of fame, or just even a certain amount, it ain't even about people doing stuff for clout. It be more so like so many people in your ear, you can't even like you clouded. You can't properly think how you need to think. Like,
yeah, no, man. It's like I didn't even give that stuff even a thought. Well, you consider it and everything, but even when you think about it, it's just like, if we're doing a lifestyle and a nature and everything, and then something wonderful happens for you out of nowhere after so many things not going a certain way. It's like, yeah, man, it's just it can take a lot to really switch up your whole mindset to actually carry that. Think even for an actor like dude that played Iron Man and everything. Before he even played Iron Man, he was getting in trouble, going to jail and everything, drugs and stuff like that. He ate one cheeseburger from Burger King and he thought it was so bad he wanted to change his life around. Something as simple as a cheeseburger made him want to change his life around. You can't really get in people's minds to really make them want to change their life. People just have to make that choice.
yeah.
But sometimes they'll take a cheeseburger. Type shit. But we got about 5 more minutes and everything before the hour closes and everything. Before we go off, I just want to ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years, and where do you see the city of Charlotte in 5 years in terms of music and just in everything in general?
I see myself past the peak of my career. I see myself in a situation where I'm giving other artists opportunities to do what they want to do. I see myself having multiple businesses. And my nonprofit, the Daddy Duties, definitely go up to a different type of level to where it's it's worldwide. It's not just in Charlotte. I see myself with a creating in it. I'm a very creative person, so I'm gonna create things that the world ain't never seen before. So and turn it into businesses and take things to another level. I see that in Charlotte in 5 years, I see us actually be in Atlanta. I see us finally getting over that hump of problems and infrastructure and just certain things that could just slow us down. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be that, because it's still gonna you can't take it away. But I think it's gonna be tamed. You know what I'm saying? I think when it comes down to the music and the money, I think it's gonna become more of the focus as opposed to the situations themselves.
Yeah, as for being the next Atlanta, I don't even think that should be a goal of ours. I feel like we need to be the first Charlotte. That's all I'm thinking. Is we need to be
But when I'm saying, I'm not saying next Atlanta we gonna be just like them, but I'm saying next Atlanta as in the way
competitive, at least with Atlanta.
Not
in a bad way, we're trying to beat Atlanta, but just at least.
Just how we work, just how they work together, and how their businesses is really supportive of each other and less and less problematic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of things, even in Charlotte, as black owned, sometimes it be unprofessional, or it be certain things. I ain't gonna say all of them. You feel me? Because it's not all of them, but it still be little situations where it's man, that shit supposed to be better than that. And if they see their potential, man, they gotta tighten up. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just we gotta get better with that, and that's what I see when I'm saying we gonna be the next Atlanta, or the new version, or the better version. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be that plus stuff that the world ain't never seen before, because we got so many creators. You know what I'm saying? So
all we need is really just that opportunity, and that really just to stand on that foundation. And I feel like all else will follow. But
we're gonna be a hub for sure. We definitely gonna be a hub in the next 5 years. Place that everybody want to come to, attractions. We got football teams, basketball team, even a minor league baseball. So you feel me?
Maybe it'll turn to major league sometime. Who knows?
You feel me?
You feel me?
I'm hoping we get a major league baseball for girl. I forgot what it's called, like softball.
You mean the basketball team?
Oh yeah, no. I think
Yeah, we need to bring that back. The Sting.
I think the basketball team. I know one of them had a good record and they was good and they just went away. You know what I'm saying? So for real,
It's called the Sting. We had Charlotte Sting. We just bring it back. It was good. We have the Hornets back. Bring the Sting back. We ain't gotta think of nothing.
Yeah, but, I don't know. Now we do need something a little bit better than the Sting. Sting. Right.
That make it sound like the Stink.
Yeah, that'll be hard for sure.
Yeah, but in that case, we just have to give Charlotte a little bit of time and everything with artists like you and with platforms like this. We're all just working all in the session together to really just make that happen. I think we can all bring it all together. Just got to give it time and everything. We don't know where we're going to be in 5 years, but I'm sure we'll be in a much better space. And if that's the case, I want to just say thank you, ZayTheGoat, for hopping on and for the Mental Threads podcast. We're sewing in. We sewing out. All right, cool. Thanks. That was a dope episode, man. I like how everything was kind of flowing, especially in the end. We actually